Today is August 23rd. The Yankees have won 3 in a row, which is one of the longer winning streaks of MLB. They're the best. Never fear, the Yanks are here. Let's talk Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, theme and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talking Yanks. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks, presented to you by SeatGeek. The Yankees have beaten the Mets. They won the first game. They win the second game. Now we will talk about said games. Jake, how you doing?
James, Big Baby David, everyone live with us, even some Mets fans who just want to soak in it, because that's who you are. That's who Mets fans are. Just come bathe in it. Sweep at home at the stadium. They took their two at City. It's teeing up for the best Subway Series ever this year. See them in November.
Wow.
Better vibes, man. Obviously, 3 straight wins will do that. All the scores of those 3 games were fortitude, which the Yankees really needed some fortitude to hopefully get out of their losing ways. And hey, I mean, August has been brutal. Felt like the dog days just passed us. We will see. We will see what's in
West
store
Coast
for the
trip
Yankees.
coming up. So
I was talking about like around the league, and just the actual weather. It's gotten a little cooler, that it doesn't feel like the actual dog days of August. But hey, from where we were to head into this West Coast trip, that was literally all we could ask. And then hopefully it continues along the way. And a fun one to end it at the end of it. Uncle Wandy comes in to save the day. So how are you doing, Jimmer?
of course he does. I believe you're quoted as saying your favorite reliever is Wandy with the bases loaded.
It's an instant out.
A lot of people thought Boone was like messing up, and I was like, no. Either Clark wins the game or Wandy comes with the bases loaded. I'm going to say a lot of things where I'm facetiously being annoying and cocky because they won 3 in a row after the worst stretch ever. This is not one of those. I had no worry in my bone when in that 9th inning.
The game had to end 4-2. I don't know.
Yeah, like with Wandy up, maybe the 2-0 pitch to McNeil, was it? Second batter? I think that was a situation.
You got to tell me more. That's when you got scared? That's when you were confident?
Yeah, that was
That's
maybe the only time where I was like, damn, okay, I don't like this singular pitch.
Okay.
But the rest of it, no, I didn't. Baseball's a weird thing, man. Like, I didn't care at all. It's like, they're just going to win this game. So, and they did. And it was easy. Easiest win of the year. People are saying that.
I mean, if you're the Mets, I don't know how you could try when your best pitcher doesn't want to face the opponent. It's kind of like, okay, so we're packing it up, huh?
Saving him for November. That's what they said. They said, I think that was a Buck quote. Like, we think they're pretty good. We think we're going to see him in November. So we don't want to see him Jacob.
Just like the Yankees not throwing their best guys against Houston.
True. It's true. You want to get into the Burns?
I think so. Any housekeeping? Clark Schmidt is back up.
Efros is on the IL, and did they call up the closer from AAA?
No, Bard is on the team. I think last time we talked, Bard was on the team. What is that? Bard is still on the team. We haven't seen him yet, so that could be a myth as well. And the other update that I think has to be said is that Giancarlo Stanton is supposed to officially join the team on the West Coast trip Thursday in Oakland. He should be in the lineup. So there's that.
And Britain's making rehab starts. That's not starts, but appearances. That's
yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. It's earlier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. You're a prepare for the worst, hope for the best, and here's Zach.
Well, he's
Britton.
way ahead of schedule, even like the normal schedule.
Yeah, well,
Isn't
remember when we got the whole update that it wasn't an actual Tommy John, that he got his own unique surgery, so that's where things changed a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, I think they told us end of August when we got that update, and here's end of August. So hopefully, no spring training, but it's a reliever, so and
doesn't need to stretch out.
At the same time, you want to be careful with him. He's a veteran, and if you come all this way, so interested to see what the following updates are from there. But yeah, there's some reinforcements on the way.
Stan's huge. Talk about that later, I guess. Let's do game one.
Maybe even on the Thursday. Jim, the Burns are brought to you by Magic Spoon. You love Magic Spoon. I love Magic Spoon. And who doesn't love cereal? If you're not familiar with Magic Spoon, it is the healthier option. There's a lot of cereals out there that are just sugars. It's just sugars. It's a sugar fest. It's not good for you. It's not good for your kiddos if you got a couple of them. There's 0 grams of sugar in Magic Spoon. There's 13 to 14 grams of protein, 4 to 5 net grams of carbs in each serving. Low carb, keto friendly, gluten free, grain free, soy free. They kind of compare it to like almost a breakfast protein bar or something like that. It's healthier for you than normal cereal. And then your concern after that is, well, does it taste good? Because sometimes they try to make healthy stuff.
Healthy stuff.
It doesn't taste good. Well, guess what? It does taste good. There's videos of us eating this on the air. Our first time trying Magic Spoon was live on an episode of JJR, and we were like, wow, that was actually kind of risky because it tasted bad. We would have been in a tight spot. It's really good. They're cocoa, fruity, frosted, peanut butter, blueberry, muffin, maple, waffle, honey nut, cookies and cream, cinnamon roll. All good. All good. I would try them out, mix them up. Jim likes putting them in a big container and let them rip. Figure out how you Magic Spoon with magicspoon.com/Yanks. Grab your custom bundle of cereal. Try the magic for yourself. Use promo code Yanks and you'll save $5 at checkout for your first order. And they're so confident in their product. It's backed with 100% happiness guarantee. I can't even give you that on Talkin Yanks. I'm sorry. But Magic Spoon can give you that. magicspoon.com/Yanks. Promo code Yanks. Save $5 at checkout.
Burn number 1.
Buckle up, it's the Subway Series. Step right up and greet the Mets and Mad Max Scherzer on his Fury Road. They would take on Domingo on a Monday. Herman and the struggling New York Yankees as they try to remix it up with DJ 26 and a sac fly in the first. It's 1-0. Make it 2-47 for Aaron Judge. He gets back on track for pursuing 61. Bottom 5, Benny the Butcher chops an RBI double. It's 3-0 Yankees. The 0 was because Herman was good. Only mistake was after a mistake as Waldo and Marwin collide. Then Vogie collides. 2-run yacker for the big fella. 3-2 game. But here come Benny and the Jets. Or should I say Benny and the Greasers. RBI single for him. And then it's Herman to Ronnie and Johnny. Oh, we haven't greased the wheels in a while. Incredible fortitude by the Yanks to win 4-2.
How about that? Hard hit balls, good at bats. Herman pitched well by Oswaldo and Marwin in the outfield. Other than that, like a nice, clean, crisp game. Even at bats that went for outs or strikeouts, they still weren't nothing. They weren't just a revolving door of people walking to the plate and walking back like the last 10 games felt like. This was they felt focused. It was good.
Yeah, man. I mean, the bad baseball had been so bad that you forget even what normal baseball looks like. And again, this is against Mad Max Scherzer, who I don't think he had his A stuff, and that's not shots fired. You still went up against Max Scherzer, and if they had went up against Max Scherzer a week ago, I think we'd talk about a 0 on the scoreboard. So, he left a hanger to IKF. That was a big at bat in the game. And yeah, the Yankees do enough, and they got a lead, man. That was one of those things. I sent out kind of a cop-out tweet when I was on my golf trip. I tweeted out what do you think is wrong with the Yankees? And when the Yankees are playing bad, that's going to get some pretty good engagement. That's it's kind of a soft tweet, but I wanted to see what else I was missing because the solutions didn't jump out. The solutions. There's so many problems that it wasn't like, well, if this happens and this happens, then blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, like it just, everything needs to turn. One of the things I did see was like, the Yankees just never had a lead. Like they never had a 3-0 lead. And that felt pretty good. That usually allows your pitchers to pitch easier. Herman, you got to give credit where credit's due. He had a really nice outing, and that gets a little foiled by the end by the Oswaldo and Marwin play. But you get the insurance run. Benny is going. And, man, how about Johnny Loizaga stepping up in a big moment? Hopefully that's a huge moment for him. So this ended up being a fun one.
They stick with the batting order, which I think is going to stick for a while. I wonder how much it changes if Stan comes back. Because Stan's supposed to be back for the next game, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder what they do because Benny, Judge, Rizzo, DJ. Do you DJ slide to 5th?
Well, they switched it up today, so they're gonna mess around with it. I think they want to mess with Benny and DJ at the top. What was it today? So it was Benny DJ today.
Benny DJ Judge 1, 2.
So they slid Judge out of the 2-hole, which that could be significant.
Benny, DJ. Why'd they do that?
I think Rizzo hasn't been full Rizzo, and I think they thought they could stretch the lineup a little more if they do Benny DJ in front of Judge. I don't know. And the thing that was perplexing us before the game when we were here was, if you're going to do that, wouldn't you do DJ Benny? Because you go right, left. But
I think they like Benny as the leadoff guy.
Yeah, and I think DJ's a little more versatile, and he's going to be DJ wherever he's DJ. So, yeah, it's definitely a developing story as this goes on. And Benny, hottest guy on the team outside of Judge, so.
Because Taiwan's a righty, and Scherzer's a righty.
Yep.
I wonder why they switched that. That's interesting. Just get DJ more at bats. I thought they liked having DJ behind Judge.
Shake the funk a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah. Interesting. I wonder what it's going to be when Stanton comes back, because then you'd have to slide DJ to 5. And I don't know if they want DJ that far down. I don't know if I want DJ that far down.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
Yeah.
I think it's either Rizzo at 5 or they bring Benny back down to 6, because I think that was the plan, but we'll see.
If Rizzo's at 5, Stan's at 4, Judge is at
3
with Benny DJ. I don't like that. I like Judge 2. Interesting. I'm interested to see what they do with that. I think they like Benny at the top of the lineup, and I think he likes it there too.
He's been hot.
He has been hot. Any other decisions in this game we need to talk about? Or like moments? Obviously the Marwin and the Oswaldo, and it was just too loud. I mean, Marley Rivera had good tweets following up. They just both didn't hear each other, which is also what Cone said right away. Like they didn't hear each other at all. And that's why everyone was kind of on Oswaldo, because like you gotta give that ball to Marwin because it's the outfielder's call. But Coney was like, they can't hear each other, so Marwin's got to like touch them or like scream. And Coney was saying, Marwin's like gotta let him know because Cabrera can't see behind him, but Marwin can see in front of him. They talked about it, and Marwin, they said they talked to each other about like, what can we do next time to make sure when we can't hear each other? And it was just like wave more emphatically, scream.
Oswaldo was like, "You're not gonna be here."
Ooh.
No, it was fantastic baseball conversation. It was the beauty of baseball. I mean, Yankees Twitter, I'm sure the conversations in the stands were about 50-50. Because yeah, I think and in any other situation you would blame the second baseman because you're supposed to trust your outfielder, but the outfielder, and Coney had a great point on it, someone's got to have the heart to take their eye off the ball, and that would be the outfielder to see where the infielder's at. And I think the other little peaks of Jakey analysis that you talked about, baseball's a funny sport. You were only scared of one pitch in the ninth. My instant analysis of it, and I'm also taking a little bit from Steven Riding's Twitter, is that Oswaldo Cabrera was the defensive dude at AAA. So I think it was one of those things where if there was a ball near to Oswaldo Cabrera in AAA, like he had the honors. Like he's the guy that makes the play. Like he makes the plays.
Well, you'd probably defer to the outfield still in that scenario. I just think he couldn't hear him. And you go for the ball until you're called off.
Yeah, and that's where I think if Oswaldo Cabrera wasn't that dude and more of a pure rookie, like I'm a second baseman heading out to the outfielder, this is a pretty big pop-up kind of looking for the outfielder or feeling the outfielder, I think he would have let it go. But I think Oswaldo's like the dude. Like if there's a play to be made, he's going to try to make that play. So yeah, it was a perfect storm. He's a rookie. Marwin's only played so much that, yeah, and if you've also watched baseball, you knew what was coming the next batter. So it got tense for a moment, and then the insurance run is huge, and Ronnie and Johnny.
Yeah, and they do their thing where they give Loaizaga the last out of the inning for no other reason than to just give him the last out of the inning. And, like, that's what they like doing. That's kind of their formula. Which I still don't love because it's just another up-down when we're dealing with so many reliever injuries and like tired arms and phantom ILs. And it's like, well, guys, you deploy the bullpen in a way you don't have to. And it's more tiring for them, and other teams specifically avoid it to not burn their relievers out or overtax them. But you guys go to lengths to make sure they have multiple up-downs. So I still don't love it for reasons outside of gameplay. Like, yeah, I know it worked and they got the outs, but I still like we're sitting here with like just a hodgepodge bullpen with so many guys on the IL, and it's like, well, yeah, you overtax them with the way you deployed the pen. It's kind of silly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's full deployment. I still want to go around baseball more and see the other bullpens. But yeah, I mean, they're especially right now with their bullpen setup. I mean, Boone full blown admitted like we don't really have a plan. I think right now this is where their plan is set up for, because I think they're trying to do, if a guy looks good, let's see how many outs we can get out of you. Johnny, come in for that last out. If you look good, we're going to let you run. If not, we'll pull you. We saw kind of Clark and Wandy, a little bit of a different situation with Clark today, but they're if you're a Yankee, Lou Trevino, going back to last series, if you're a guy coming out of the Yankee bullpen and you look good, they're gonna ride you for a little bit.
Yeah, then they're thinking about bringing up the AAA closer. So I thought they brought it up, but Boone just said we're thinking about bringing him up. I mean, Bard might go back down, which would be fun. He deserves it.
Yeah, the guy's been nails this year, and I mean, Bard is one of those. No shots fired at our guy Luke Bard, but the Yankees shouldn't have super attachment to him. When Greg Weissert has been phenomenal at AAA this year.
Yeah, supposedly he's got like a nasty slider. So that would be fun if he gets the call.
I'm open
I'd
to
enjoy it. All right. You want to go to game 2?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's do it. Can the Yanks win back-to-back games?
Yankees bring their broomsticks to the Bronx to sweep the sad, scared Mets, and not Jacob deGrom as he ducks the Yankees yet again. Taiwan Luke Skywalker would try to take down the Yankees' Death Star, led by Frankie Montas, as he needs new hope for his start of his Yankee career. Scoreless into the fourth, and Aaron Judge is looking like a goddamn Scooby-Doo episode because he is chasing ghosts. 453, his 48th homer of the season, followed up by Oswaldo Cabrera's first career RBI walk. It's 2-0 Yankees. Make it tied at 2s. Jeff McNeil ties it on a double where, oh boy, baby Glaby, what is you doing? Throw the pill, kid. But in the 7th, Chicken Benintendi's with the RBI single for a little barbecue sauce, and then Aaron Judge pushes one across. More fortitude by these Yankees. Ho! Does it get a little scary by the end? But Wandy, bases loaded. Wandy, what is you doing, baby? Frankie to Clark to Wandy. Yankees sweep the Subway Series at home, 4-2 Yanks.
Huge first inning by Montas to get out of that little jam there. And then the slider came back. I haven't looked at the stats on it. I will. I don't know if we're talking about Montas later, but Tony touched on it in the pregame that like he needs his slider back, but he's building up arm strength still, so he hasn't been throwing it that much. He only threw it 12% of the time.
He was pumping the heater.
What's that?
He was pumping the heater. He was pumping the fastball a lot. John and Susan were all over that. And
25% fastball, four seam, and then he threw the sinker a bunch. I think that's his normal split. The slider was huge in that first inning to get Alonso first pitch swinging, and then he got him to pop up on it. And I want to say like that hasn't been there for him, and the split plays off the slider. So he needed that first inning. I know the rest of the game it's pretty good, and the Glaber play is as bizarre as it and bad as it gets, which hurts Montas, and he doesn't finish the inning. But that's also not really. He would have been bailing out Montas by making it.
Yeah, Alonso trips, so you still
like there wasn't an out that didn't happen.
Yeah,
like Montas would have had second and third. The run should have scored if he didn't trip, and then he would have come out anyway. So a run goes against him, but that should have been his final line.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't really get screwed by Glaber. An opportunity presented himself for Glaber to save him a little bit, and Glaber just completely didn't take it.
Yeah.
He just said, no, thanks.
Got rope-a-dope by McNeil. So that was a tough moment when it's a tied game like that. But yeah, man, Benny, again, I think we probably talk about more about him in a little bit. And then, by the end, here comes Clark Schmidt, the stretched-out Clark Schmidt out of the bullpen. Ends up throwing 3 innings, loads the bases at the end of it. But yeah, Wandy, so it's over.
Wandy with the bases loaded.
That would be, if I got a boat tomorrow, that would be my boat's name.
Dude, that's a great boat name. What was Mo in the Ninth?
Mo in the Ninth, yeah.
That's a better boat name.
Come on.
Stoudemire's got a better boat name than you, dude.
Better boat.
He does.
Yeah.
Admit it.
Boat. He's got a better boat.
What's yours? A dinghy?
If my boat looked like Wandy, would you give it a little more love? Like if the front of the boat was like Wandy's, it kind of had 2 eyes and it looked like Wandy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it had like magic wands like all over it.
you know that's not my bag.
How do you say wand in Spanish?
I would have to Google that, unfortunately.
Why don't you text Joe's?
I could.
Sometimes I text Joe's questions like that.
Yeah. Verita Magica. La Barra. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll call him later.
All right.
No.
Anything else from this game decision wise? I tweeted it out. It was Clark to end it. Was their hope? No one else was available. Ron had thrown 21 the day before, coming off his little just getting called up where he's probably nicely spread out down there. I'm not positive about that. I didn't think they were going to use Marinaccio again. Loaizaga had gone twice in a row. Trevino had got 30 pitches, so that means he was getting double 2 days off. So there was really no options. Boone openly said Chapman's in timeout, like he's not a high leverage pitcher right now. So it was just Wandy.
Licky would have been the other option.
Well, Licky's not coming in high leverage either. So like
they've done that before. Licky's come in at the back end when you're like, whoa, here's Licky. But yeah, it's not what you want.
Yeah, I didn't think Licky was gonna come out there. I mean, you'd rather Clark, who's stretched out, to go deeper.
Well, and that was my whole thing. I said when Clark pitches next, he better throw. I think I said 60 plus bullets, and I think he threw 60 on the nose because we sent him down to be stretched out. And if Clark came out and his first appearance out of the bullpen was like a 19 pitch outing, and we just burnt the fact that we stretched him out, I would have been pretty not so happy about this because, at some point they're still going to try to sneak in like a 6-man. So, and Clark's that guy.
Well, he's probably on pace for it now. He probably pitches after Montas.
Yeah, I think it probably depends what else is going on in the bullpen. But, yeah, they got a couple off days coming up too, so it might be after the road trip because they got off day before the road trip and then off day on their way back to Tampa.
It's August 24th.
It is tomorrow's, well, it's August 24th and 47 minutes.
BBD, when does Carpenter come back? Has your dad told you?
He has not told me, but because he wouldn't know. But everyone was saying that like very, very end of September, right? Would be the 8 weeks.
Well, yeah, but he's coming back in 5, I thought. So
Yeah,
it's
he's
been
a fast
5
tuner.
weeks? Question mark? It's been 4 weeks?
So is your
It was in the
question,
dugout
when did-
today, looking all good.
If I had to guess, I think it's 3.5 or 4.
His final game was August 8th.
So like 3.
Well, I really miss him, I guess.
Yeah.
That's 2 weeks.
It's felt
August
a lot
8th?
longer. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He's really
Feels
up
like-
against it.
Feels like 10 weeks.
It's a tough couple weeks of baseball for sure.
Damn. All right. So 3 weeks from now is when?
3 weeks from now is probably like September 12th-ish.
14th. So him and Sevy will come back same day.
Quick healer.
Britton. No, Britton's going to be up before that? Like relievers don't rehab for that long.
Like I guess major injury. So let's say he gets a full week.
Yeah, that
Or
would be
10
max. It would be like
days.
Yeah.
five
I might.
5 appearances.
Yeah, I'd say maybe meets us in Tampa if that's nuts. I mean, off day 4 versus Oakland. Yeah, I mean that's not ridiculous to think. I guess depends how he looks and feels and all that. So I would guess Tampa or the homestand after Tampa.
And Bader's coming back?
I don't know if I have a Bader update.
Someone in the chat said September 6th versus the Twins, but he needs to do so much. He needs to play. You don't go from what I don't know. I can't wrap my head around that. Congrats to Monty.
The Bader update I had read, and it's already kind of an old update, was that just it generally was going well, and they've never not said that. So, unless a guy has like an official setback.
Yeah, my full update is Bader is making solid progress with his recovery. So huge.
It's never sounded like he was going to play this year from the way they talk about it. I think he is. But if they were saying the things they're saying about Bader, about Stanton, I would be like, or even Carpenter, or even Sevy, or any Yankee that's been in the system, I would be like, oh shit, he's not playing this season. They don't expect him back at all. But I'm going to give them some leeway because they may not like fully have known Bader's situation until he like came over and did a bunch in front of them and with their team. But we've gotten like the most vaguest, uninspiring, non-tangible updates on Harrison Bader from the Yankees.
The update I saw a week ago at this point, it was that Boone used the term he's in phase 2 of rehab, which includes lightweight room exercises, workouts in a pool, and on an anti-gravity treadmill.
And Bader's quote, which we don't know how to handle him yet because he's new to the squad. I definitely think I'll be off the injured list the first week or so of September, but don't want to get ahead of myself. So,
I mean, we're there, dog. You would be in the minors right now.
Yeah, it would have to be, the next update would have to be rehab coming Thursday, which
we're 9 days away from the first week of September.
So, yeah, I mean, how many games does he need for rehab? Stanton just did 2 or 3.
And
Stanton's a different animal. He doesn't do a lot of rehabbing.
He goes there
doesn't really run or play defense, and he's admitted that his Achilles is not 100%, but he's still going to come to Oakland and play on it. I would guess Bader would want a full week of at bats, so like four games, 5
Probably
games.
Like 4 games, yeah.
Speed with an off day in between them.
Speed defense contact guy hasn't played since June 26th. I think, yeah, at least 1 week. You'd think.
But he's not even running on ground yet. He's running in a pool. So he's like, he's got to do the week of like, he stood around in the outfield and on the track.
I think that's a Stan thing. I think standing in the outfield's a Stan rehab.
Well, they usually do like flat ground, running, hitting. Yeah. Like he's not doing baseball activities. So we're
waiting for the first Bader real update.
Yeah, it's baseball activities and then another thing and then rehab, like live at bats, then rehab. Then he's doing aqua.
Yeah, he didn't even get to face Sevy like Stanton did.
No, yeah. He's not.
Which he's nowhere near that.
He's not there yet.
Interesting. All right, let's go to awards. How about it? Brought to you by DraftKings.
Oh,
the kings of the awards. College football's back, Jake. It's time to enjoy the tradition, the fun, and the great offers from DraftKings Sportsbook. To celebrate the best time of the year right now, new customers can bet just $5 on any team and get $200 in free bets instantly, win or lose. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code JOMBOY. Bet $5 on college football and get $200 in free bets instantly. That's code JOMBOY, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. First award we give out here on Talkin' Yanks is
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Yeah.
Pride of the Yankees. I think we got some options, Jake.
Sure do.
I think we got some options. I like 2 options a lot. I think there's more than that. If you wanted to go more than that, I like 2 options a lot. I never thought I'd be doing this back in the day, but Andrew Benintendi is my pride of the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he gets 4 hits, starts us off on base. He made a really nice catch in game 1 down the line that I felt like didn't get talked about that much or like any replays because it wasn't like a replay worthy catch. I was just like, fuck, he got there quick.
He got a great jump.
Yeah.
He
He was just there. Like if he had, I guessed he would have had to dive. That's how my brain was like, he didn't have to dive to get that or like do a leap or anything. He was just on like kind of with it in stride down in the left field. So I'm going Benny. Someone tweeted out his stats. I think I might have copied and pasted these so I could read them somewhere. But someone tweeted like his first week with the Yankees, his next week with the Yankees, and then his last, and how they're just getting better and better. I don't know where it is. I didn't copy and paste them onto my notes, but that was cool. He's improving. We're gonna lean on him. We need him. So
he looks good. His first 8 games, he was 083, 303, a 48 WRC plus, and 33 plate appearances. Next 8, 296, 345, a 127 WRC plus, and 29 plate appearances. You're like, okay, that's kind of the Benny I guess we think we were getting. And then he the next 8, 286, 375, a 170 WRC plus because there's been a little power. That was from Yankees Muse.
Good job, Yankees Muse.
Yeah.
Muse. So that is my pride of the Yankees. Is that his first pride?
It is.
Way to go.
Welcome to the team, kid.
Who's your pride?
Great pride, Jim. I think where I'm going, and it's so weird because it's deserved, but it almost doesn't jump to the forefront of the brain. But I will go with Big Aaron Judge.
Yeah, that was my second option that I thought.
Aaron Judge hits 2 homers, and he has a stolen base, Jimbo. The only Yankee steal of this series.
Didn't Glaber steal one?
Yeah, he should have got a couple today. Not on the stats page. That's okay. Aaron Judge, 2 homers. He won in each game. Like, the chase is back on. I think that was a weird part of the Yankees quagmire we were in. It's like, well, if you're going to suck, like, at least... Like, remember when this all started? Judge was still hitting good, and the Yankees sucked? And it was like, oh, well, hey, Judge is still going nuts and kind of chasing the home run thing. That kind of stopped. We had a little bit of a drought, and, you start... When you put everything in the pot and you're having just a straight-up bad time, dude... Chad and JT, they got a Netflix thing that just came out.
Have you watched it?
I have not. It just came out today.
Yeah, I know. I was going to try to watch it today, but I haven't yet.
He goes 4 for 8 for the series. That's approximately 500. 2 of those 4 are homers. The big insurance RBI today. And yeah, man, I mean, doing it against the Mets in Yankee Stadium, there's a little announcement factor there too. So big series by Judgy.
Did you see Buster Only's tweet about the stats? Without Stan, it's super interesting.
Oh yeah, the pitches scene, yeah.
Yeah. So during Giancarlo Stanton's absence, and I'm getting this from Buster Only, who he got it from someone else. So that original source is getting lost because I don't have that in front of me by the time it's tweet. During Giancarlo Stanton's absence from the lineup, Aaron Judge has seen the 3rd lowest % of pitches in the strike zone in MLB and the highest % of breaking pitches in the zone. That's pretty wild, the difference. I mean, if you ever hear someone say protection in the lineup isn't real, which people say, show them these things and how you get completely pitched too different if you don't have Rizzo and Stanton behind you. And you just have a struggling Rizzo, that's kind of wild.
And by the way, Jim, that homer he hit today against Taiwan Walker, I'm not sure where it fully lands on the graph, but it was right in that zone where the chart said he did not have a hit this year.
I believe the Scherzer one was kind of in that zone too, actually. That low zone.
Yeah, the low and in.
Let me I can dig that up a little bit. Well, I dug up. Okay, he's not facing any pitches in the zone July 23rd to now. The third fewest in MLB,
A
right?
month.
Or fourth from July 3rd to a month. Want to know his slash line in that month?
Yeah.
While getting the third fewest, or was it fourth? Third pitches in the zone. 333 batting average, 475 on base percentage, 740 slugging, 1.215 OPS. Third fewest pitches in the zone. And that's what he's producing on those pitches when he does get them. That's nuts.
Yeah.
He's fucking so good.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of a formula there because he was getting walked a lot, and then I guess other times if you get behind an account to Aaron Judge, you're in a tough spot. But yeah, I mean, there's a reason he's chasing ghosts this year.
Yeah, 475 on base percentage because he got 23 walks, averaging nearly a walk a game.
It's crazy.
It is. It's nuts. Good job by Aaron Judge. What did you just say before? Oh, the home run that he hit.
Yeah, and you wanted to look at the Scherzer one too.
Yes. The Walker one was kind of cool.
453. We pretend that's normal. It's not.
Just like easy too.
Need to tell you there's about every other Yankee on the team outside of like Stanton can hit a ball that far, and he did it in a game.
The Scherzer one was low and away. And the Judge one was Walker, sorry. It was inside. But it wasn't like the bottom low. It was kind of middle low. If you were going to cut the zone in the fifths, it'd be the second from the bottom fifth.
Little fifth zone.
Yeah. That chart we were looking at, it wouldn't fall in that dark zone, empty zone.
And wouldn't it be the lowest on the middle end?
No.
Not on the middle end? Okay.
It was, yeah, I don't know. I can screenshot it. Don't. But Judge is cool.
Pride. Deserves it.
All right. Well, let's talk about guys who deserve the opposite.
Whew.
You Yankee motherfucker.
Oh, wow. So graphic. All right. One, BBD. Texting you that photo now. Text probably the best way to go about it. Whatever. Yankee MFer, man. Series win. I'm always saying we shouldn't do this on sweeps, and you're like, you gotta do it. You gotta be mean. Probably Glaber, but I think he hit. Did he not play the first game?
I believe so. And yeah, I almost
Oh, okay. His stat lines. So it's just not. No, he didn't, according to this. He did not play it, so he's 1 for 3 with a walk. But a pretty dumb mistake. He feels like the MFer. I'm just going to try and see if there's anyone else that I think deserves it more. No, it's Glaber for me. Okay. Which I don't know where you're going to go next.
It's tough.
My biggest thing about that play, and it's the same thing about Glaber forever, is how sad he gets. Like, no shake off ability. And he's lucky he was safe because the guy missed the tag on the steal because he goes into hyperdrive to make up for it, steal second. Then on a 2-2 pitch with 2 outs, takes off from second. Donaldson looked like he was about to kill him. Luckily, he distracted the umpire as well, who did not call the slider down the middle a strike. But he doesn't respond well to fuck-ups. We've known this for 4 years now, or 18, 19, 20, 21, 4.5 years now. But pretty dumb play. I can understand boneheaded play. You're like, in the element. You just see McNeil and you want to get him out, blah, blah, blah. But then he's just so sad afterwards.
The sad is tough. The sad is tough. We've never liked it. Puppy dog Glaber. We've talked about that a lot on here. And then, yeah, I mean, he starts, this is a reference mostly for you because, if anyone's seen the movie Cedar Rapids, but, there's a scene when there's a talent show and there's just a cut scene where this guy's doing something like one of those weird magic tricks with plates. And he just goes, Piles going nuts on the plates.
Yeah.
That's what Glaber was just going nuts on the bases and just hoping that all things were going to end well. And they kind of did. So it's kind of entertaining, but yeah, man. And I almost had one of my sadder tweets of the year after the first game. And what we just did just proved it. The Yankees lineup has been hurting so bad. And, sometimes we look at the bench after the game and it's like, well, we didn't start. Rizzo didn't start today, or DJ didn't start today, and it's like, what do you expect? Like, Glaber didn't play in that game, and I never did like, man, we could have used a Glaber at bat there. So, yeah, and in the spirit of an MFer, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Who's your MFer?
My MFer... because I need the cop out. Oh yeah, I was looking for the chart of all of his home runs. I'll go Marwin. How about that? There's an easy one for me. I mean, Yanks.
What did he do?
He tried to tackle his Waldo. Are you nuts?
Oh,
Are
man.
you nuts? He tries to tackle our young player that's trying to take his job. Tries to get him hurt.
He's a hero.
Yeah, there's really not options, so I'm just going Marwin.
That man is a hero. Tough. Did Marvin get any hits?
No.
He put some bunts down?
Bunt City.
That back to back?
Bunt City, baby.
It is, right?
Back to back last game of previous series, first game of this one, back to back days, yeah.
No, I meant an MFer.
Oh no, back to back days with bunts.
Damn.
Labor back-to-back MFers from you.
Yeah. I thought you were going to go Donaldson.
Yeah, Marwin tried to tackle the kid.
He did. I think he was only to teach him a lesson afterwards.
Oh, I mean, there's so much old man take a look at my life stuff going on between those two that it's just a lot going on.
All right. Are you ready for regular old awards? I'm going to try and slack it to BBD because maybe that's better for him.
Regular old awards.
It is because I take it from a text to I just slack it to myself from there.
Is brought to you by Roman. GetRoman.com/Yanks. Roman T support, people. And no matter what you're wearing, you saw Jimmy's sexy outfit to start the show. You see me in the All-Star shirt. No matter what you're wearing, confidence starts on the inside. And that's why men's testosterone health is so important. It's believed to affect everything from libido to blood health. Thankfully, Roman's testosterone support supplements were designed by real doctors to make sure your body is maintaining its greatness. Feel confident from inside and out with Roman. Dietary supplements are a way to aid your body's natural functions if you feel like diet and exercise are not enough. Roman T support is meant to help men maintain their body's natural testosterone production. Roman offers some flexible monthly plans with free 2-day shipping. Go to GetRoman.com/Yanks today. If approved, you'll get $15 off your first order of Roman T support. That's GetRoman.com/Yanks. People, if this is something you're dealing with, address it. Address it. GetRoman.com/Yanks. Thank you, Roman.
Thank you, Mr. Roman. There you go.
Go to Roman. Here we go.
There's the graphic. That's still so funny and weird.
Yeah.
Image. Yeah, for those on the podcast only, not looking at me, I was a mixture of Fred Durst and Elton John to start the show.
Their baby.
Their baby, yes. Who was a big baseball fan.
I almost took a picture of a guy because he looked like you the other day, and it, would have been easy likes again.
Was he like
just-
old and gray or like an honest?
No,
looking
it just
kid?
kind of looked like you. Like it looked like a knockoff you, but it was, it would have been a whole conversation. It wasn't worth it.
That's cool. People look like me. I'm a
You're a doppelganger guy.
yeah, I couldn't film a wedding without someone asking me, "Are you blah blah cousin?"
Wait, did you used to date Stefania Schmelster?
I'm sorry, this is weird, but I just gotta ask. You look a lot like my friend's brother, Doug. Are you Doug?
Do you know Doug?
I was Doug, and I changed my name
I'm hiding.
and went into hiding because I murdered the
Please
last
stop
person that
telling
confused me for
people.
someone else. Yeah.
And that's your first award?
It's not.
Okay.
It's not, dude. My first award is the how do I phrase this?
Okay.
How do I phrase this? How do I
Okay.
phrase it? How to phrase it? How to phrase it? How to, like see-through award.
Ooh.
You're never gonna guess it, dude.
Never?
You are never gonna guess this one.
See through. Okay. So when you can see through something.
Well, yeah, it's a guy on the roster. I'll give you that hint.
The see-through award. I can see through you, see through the real you. The see-through award is going to Ron Marinaccio.
No, it's going to Garrett Cole. That's why you weren't going to
Wow.
guess it, because he didn't pitch in these series.
Brutal.
Yeah, I knew you were never going to get it, dude.
That was good.
Basically,
Good award, man.
thank you. I see through Cole now, and I'm so in on him and his press conferences.
Yes.
And it's almost like, but I don't think it's weird anymore. Or I used to get like kind of frustrated, like, dude, you're a weirdo.
Yeah.
And now I think he's funny. And we were just on the outs. Did you see the article about the Yankees superstitions during the losing streak?
I don't think I have.
Oh my God. I can only give highlights. I don't want to ruin the whole thing. Stephanie Epstein wrote it for Sports Illustrated. I had to check 20 times to see if this was a parody article. It's so funny. Easily my favorite article about the Yankees this season. And the quotes are so awesome. So I have to give you some of them. Basically, the Yankees have been doing a lot of superstitions to try and get out of the losing streak.
Right.
None have worked. Garrett Cole experimented with outfits, undershirt, no undershirt, loss. Higgy changed his spikes every game. Josh Donaldson burned a bundle of sage in the clubhouse. The next day, he brought the sage into Boone's office and hit the walk-off grand slam. And to that, Boone said, it's a slow process. Lucas Litke said, he's quoted as saying, we've got a good thing with rain delays, which we've known.
Yeah.
He said, so we were pretty excited when we learned that Monday might be delayed a little against the Mets. It wasn't, but they were like, thought that might give them good juju going into it. This is my favorite. One day they greeted each other with hugs and they won. So they greeted each other with hugs the next game, but they lost. So that stopped. That's awesome. The fact that the whole team is like, you know what, guys? Hugs tomorrow.
Get ready.
Hugs. All right. Cole is so awesome.
Getting your award, Garrett Cole.
His quote is so good. So Cole is quoted as saying, we've tried a lot of stuff to no avail. He said, and then he goes, "We've had intermittent success with positions in the dugout and collective buy-in on chewing gum." And I just fucking lost it, dude. That's so funny. And I think he knows it's fucking so funny. We've had collective buy-in on chewing gum and stuff like that. Is like that's like a way a comedy writer would write that line. And I think I'm gonna start using collective buy-in more. Instead of like we took a poll and we all agree, be like, nope, collective buy-in, you have the worst shoes in the office. Or I don't know. But Cole's funny, man. And we talked about it yesterday. I needed to talk about this article, so I shoehorned it into an award. It's so good. Higgy had a fucking hilarious quote. He goes, yeah, some of it's not working now, but it's surely going to pay off as the calendar turns to October. Higgy goes, that's going to matter. He goes, because we can identify the key combination to get us the wins. And that's going to matter down the line, is what Higgy said. And like the writer is saying, like later on, they're just joking so people don't get too mad. But that's so funny.
Jim, they're not joking at all. This is decision fatigue, man. This is one of your favorite things in the world. Licky says about rain delays, we play video games, and that works for us. So picture this. You're a team. It's raining. You're on the road somewhere. You're, who knows what's going on. It's the fifth inning. You're down by 2 runs. You head into the rain delay. Some guys want to nap. Some guys like, let's play ping pong. The other guy's a foosball guy. No, it's not a discussion. We're going to play video games, and that's what we do during rain delays because it works. And that's what we're working through here. You know where I stand on Cole. I can't believe where I'm at with him relationship-wise. He's a leader of this team. He's a leader of this team. And I think for a while we just thought he was going to be kind of like the quirky ace. But no, man, he's like a player coach.
The way Stephanie Epstein wrote it, she actually says, like, when asked Cole about it, Cole sighs. So he sighed first, which paints, and then goes, "We've had intermittent success with positions in the dugout and collective buy-in on chewing gum, stuff like that. But I would say that no, there's not been one that's really worked." I stopped. I laughed out loud, which is I don't really do for articles. Collective buy-in on chewing gum is so funny.
His last press conference, he snuck a smile at the camera, and then he tried to pull it back. And he sighed because he knew, A, how his brain works. He had to explain everything. And then B, he sighed because it hasn't worked yet.
Yeah.
Like he wish he could be coming up to the teacher with the answer on the test, and he doesn't have it yet. But that's what we're working on here,
BBD, BBD just put the link in the chat. Can you also put it in the description? I'd like to share the articles. I know I just gave a lot of it away for free on the podcast, so go check it out.
Give the
already
click.
In there.
Yeah, give the click because it's good. And I didn't read all of it. There's other stuff.
Give that click. Great award, Jim.
Yeah, thanks.
Great award, Jim. I'm gonna give the head hitting the pillow award.
The head hitting the pillow, worry-free night. You're just gonna fall asleep. Oh wait, I think we've done this before.
There's been some heads hitting pillows before.
And I think if I'm right, you use it as like that's when you're like laying there thinking about things, or I do that. We differed the last time you gave this word. I think you're laying there and you're thinking up at night and you're thinking about things. So that means that you're gonna IKF.
James, your first one in a while. It's IKF. Put that in the scorebook. The Cole one doesn't count because that's illegal.
I've gotten
and everyone
so
knows
many.
That's illegal.
I got one last episode.
Everyone knows that the Cole one was illegal. You didn't pick a player that played in this series, so I actually got a point too. We both get points.
My hint was he's on the roster. Like,
Not
what
a bad
more do you
session
need?
by us. Hey, man, shake hands on it. Okay.
I get a point there.
We just shook hands. That's on camera, dude. Thank you. IKF.
Laughably small hands.
When your head hits the pillow, you want to be in a good place. Because if your head hits a pillow in a bad place, that stinks. Your mind should be, I'm going to bed. The day is done. Season the next one. If you have bad things on your mind, it's tough. It is what it is. IKF has 2 hits in the first game. He hits his longest hit ball of the season off of Max Scherzer. So how about that? And then, man, you know what? The double play today was pretty. That was pretty. And
Both.
yeah, and he made a couple nice ones. So as we approach this, and another probably important topic that people probably want to hear about is, Brian Cashman took the podium and he talked about how there's no plan to bring Peraza up, which he's going to say that anyways. And hey, as it's August 23rd, it's starting to look more and more like there's no plan to bring Peraza up. That
Yeah, I think I believe him.
As my head hits the pillow, and if IKF's out there, there's times when he makes plays, there's times when it works. I think when my head hits a pillow, I'm gonna have to be good with that. And when he has days like today, Jim, you mentioned the 2 double plays. He made a couple nice throws today. He was 0 for 3, and guess what? I don't care.
Well, one was a bunt, right?
I don't care. Yeah, he bunted. I mean, that was a sack against Joely, which Joely could have half had a play on. We were actually watching the Mets broadcast for a little bit, and Hernandez was like, "Hey, go to second with that kid." Either way, I don't care. Like at the plate, I've never really cared about IKF. And then he made a couple nice plays out there today, so that's what I'm looking for.
He looked good. He's done this a lot. He's looked good at times, but the one play he came in on and looked good and didn't double pump. There was one of those today, which was like, I was like, maybe Oswaldo playing shortstop, like kind of stepped his gear up a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. No idea, but he did look good. I feel better with Oswaldo in the wings over Marwin. For if they want to do something at short or just to keep pushing him. So I hope Oswaldo stays up more. But yeah, I mean, he looked good. I like the bunts. I like that we're attempting the bunt instead of like if he doesn't bunt there, the odds it's a double play are high. So I know they could have been double play with him, but whatever.
Yeah. No, it's hey, a kid got brought up. And let's be honest, Cashman kind of said it, like Cabrera got called up because he's versatile. And I think his versatility is to put pressure on everybody. And people respond to pressure differently. And IKF currently responding well. And I kind of like we alluded to Glaber before, not as well.
I don't think they expected to play him in the outfield as much because they said like Florio was going to get run and Florio's not getting run. But I think they didn't expect Oswaldo to be a starter that can play the outfield as well.
Yeah, he had 3 games in the minors, and then he comes out that first game and he makes the robbery and he's catching fly balls. So who knows? But yeah, they brought in Florio for defensive replacement today.
Yeah, but I wonder. I mean, Florio's probably down for Stanton.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Have to assume.
Because Hicks can become your defensive replacement.
Backup center
as
fielder.
he a backup center fielder. Oswaldo's going to stay because he's been starting.
Yeah, starting every day.
So that seems to be like what Florio's probably back down.
It'd be cutting Marwin, which we know they're not going to do.
It'd be cutting Marwin or
they'll do that
Phantom
when Bader
Hicks.
comes and then make the hard decision then. Because you can just send Florio down who they're not starting right now and it's not that hard.
Needs the ABs anyway.
Yeah. Tough break. Excited for Stanton.
Your final award?
I was going to give IKF an award 2,
Oh.
which is probably why it was easy for me to guess him, as well as like super easy.
Wow,
just like
that's why you're so bummed out. Just took the rug from under you. Take that back. Just quick.
No.
Just quick.
Ba, ba, ba.
Doubles down.
That's James's favorite words. I'm going the Buckham
Excuse me?
Award.
I need the first letter.
F.
Really?
Yeah. What'd you think I said?
I thought you said Buckham, like Buck Showalter.
No, dog. I said Buckham.
Ooh.
And this is going to two people.
Late at the episode. Two people. That's okay. I'm gonna let it go after the ba 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 nonsense, but you know,
Ba, 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 ba.
You owe Jake one.
multiples are usually for the end.
It is the end.
Well, I go last.
People have decided you don't get that today.
Who's the people? Point them out. Show the evidence. Got nothing. You got nothing.
Imagine I turned my computer on. There was like 5 people just standing there.
I think about the other side of that computer every day.
It's another computer.
Get your computer on my computer. Get your house off my house. This is the good stuff, people. Fuck them. It's going to Rizzo and Boone.
Dude, I can't believe you didn't get this. One of the easier to guess awards ever.
BBD said we're moving on. I think they gave the noise for that.
Just Florio got sent down.
Yeah, so stands up.
Sam bin up.
Marinaccio and Clark Schmidt. If they didn't just, stand next to each other in their locker after this series and just go, fuck those guys, huh? Let's show them not to fucking send us down again. Pitching with a purpose. They're good. Clark Schmidt threw some awesome combination of pitches. I think it was Marte. Who was it? I don't know. It was a righty. He threw. Oh, it's Canna. He had a 2-0 to Canna, and he threw the slider away, and Canna chased it because he thought he was going to get a 2-0 fastball. And you could see Canna be like, damn, like making a face, like shit, stay in the zone. And then he followed that up with the 96-mile-per-hour 2-seamer that was on the outside and came back in. And I was like, that's a nasty combination of pitches right there. And then Marinaccio's just ball pops out of his hand. They combined for 4.1 innings of 0 earned runs. Like, don't send those guys down again.
And I don't think they will. Clark's ERA drops to 2.18 on the year. There's some Ron Marinaccio stats that you can chop up that are unreal. I thought you were going Rizzo because Rizzo, he told Lindor, dropped an F-bomb out there to Frankie. Topical, edgy, funny. But yeah, I like your route too, man. And these, Clark, we've heard about for so long now that there's some what's going on there. And heck, I hope they go to the 6-man rotation and he gets a couple nice starts in because, again, a pretty traditional starting pitcher that has never gotten the opportunity at all. Like, the guy's thrown innings in the minor leagues, and he's been a good starter. Where Disco Ron, man, we talked about bullpen trust last time, and he's oddly high up there, and it passes every eye test. So good for the kids, man.
Good for the kids. They're not really kids. I think they're like old.
Clark's 26, Ron's 27.
Yeah. That's why it's silly that they're treating them like they're young 20s.
They don't
Like, they
call
should
up
be up.
their kids. These are kids to the Yankees team.
Yeah. They're not kids. That always makes me feel. My barrier's like 23 and younger.
Mine's like 26. Or a rookie, which Ron is.
A rookie. Rookie.
I think both are older than IKF. Just something I hadn't.
How old's IKF? 26?
I think he's 26, so maybe Clark's slightly younger.
Birthday check.
Both older than Glaber?
Yeah.
Both older than Cabrera.
The kids. IKF's 27.
Harden 27.
Yeah, tough.
Ooh, Mike King barely older
I-
than Ron.
I just held in a joke.
Huge.
You're up. Your final award that people have decided not to listen to.
The best and most premier award of the midweek episode for the rest of the season. I'm giving the Don't Yell at Me, Mom award.
Don't yell at me.
Ma, don't
Mom.
yell at me.
Ma.
Ma,
Ma.
don't yell at me.
Ma.
Please.
Clash. Oswaldo Cabrera?
Oswaldo Carongo? Jim,
That's not how you say his name.
Mom gives me a call. You know, it's 3:30. Jake, I'm going to be home from work. Make sure you preheat the oven. And I say, yeah, Ma, I'll preheat the oven. I hang up the phone. I couldn't forget about something quicker. Mom comes home. I haven't preheated the oven. I've now delayed dinner by a while. And that's on me. But, Mom, don't yell at me. I'm sorry about it. Jim, we can only hope the oven got preheated for my guy, Johnny Lasagna. We will see. He got thrown into a big spot, a spot nobody really believed in. That 2-out spot, he gets the out, and then he comes in the 9th, and he looks good. You can actually start to butter knife Johnny's numbers, that it's like, okay, his last 12 appearances, he's got a 1.93 ERA. It still hasn't looked as pretty as Johnny, but he was pumping 99, 100. And like we saw with Frankie Montas today after the first 2 innings, confidence is an interesting thing, especially in this sport. So I don't know. We're talking Zach Britton. We're talking Marinaccio. We're talking a lot of guys in that bullpen. All I know is there's a lot of opportunity. And Johnny, it hasn't been his year, but man, if he can find it leading into the postseason, it would change the whole dynamic of that Yankees bullpen. So there's no reason to believe. The ovens hopefully just got turned on to preheat. But man, if you could find it, Johnny, that changes the Yankees formula big time.
Yeah, he brought the sinker back, and that was his main pitch again. So the reason I didn't watch, there was a couple starts where he was having good results, but it was because he eliminated his best pitch and was getting by in the secondary pitches, which I was like, this isn't a formula that can last, which is why I was like dubious, or I was just not.
No reason to believe yet.
Yeah, not long-term belief. But his last 2 outings, he jumped the sinker back up. I believe 2 outings ago, he only threw the sinker. And then the time before that, yeah, it was 50%, then 100%. And then this outing, it was 75%, and he got a 40% whiff rate, which is good because he hasn't been getting like swing and miss on the sinker, the 2-seam fastball, as much lately. So this was the first outing. I keep saying, like, I'm not getting wowed by his pitches, which I used to. This was the first time where I had that effect where I was like, that was a good pitch, or that was good. Like the kind of what I'm talking about when I was watching Clark pitch, and I was like, whoa, that was cool. Like I hadn't had that, but this was that, back to that feeling. So yes, I hope this is the sign of, because that was Loaizaga we knew last year. Like a lot of sinkers, a lot of run, and some pop. on the pitch.
And man, it's Marte, Lindor, Alonso, Vogelback. I mean, that's the heart of the Mets lineup. And yeah, talk about series vibes and everything. If that had gone a little differently, we wouldn't have been too shocked. And who knows how the rest of the series goes. So hopefully that's something for Johnny. And, we talk about how volatile a bullpen is. If Johnny gets hot, like we still don't have a closer, and he just picked up a save, and he's the best reliever on the team from last year. So we could be talking about Johnny Laza save opportunities when a week ago he seemed in a bad place. So that Yankee bullpen right now is Jim, when we open up the Fangraphs depth chart page we love, roster resource, and sometimes teams have like even 3 or 4 closers. Right now,
hold on, can I guess? I haven't looked at it, but like what order do they have the bullpen in on there?
You want to guess?
No, because I can't even fathom a guess.
So they currently have
6.
They have 6 closers listed. And it's Clark to Chappie to Ron to Wandy to Lou to Johnny. So yeah, if you're not the Lukes, sorry, little brother Luke. Lucas Litke and Luke Bard are the only 2 not listed as closers. That's where we're at.
Wild.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, the bullpen's a mess.
That's kind of the old, in football, they say if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have no quarterbacks. If you have 6 closers, I don't know if you got a closer.
Yeah, you got closers.
You got guys.
There was in the Superstition article, the bullpen is doing stuff out there. And Trevino had just inspiring levels of confidence quotes from Trevino. I just go read that article. It's awesome. He just had a wholesome quote in the middle of it.
Did you listen to him on the Rose rotation?
Originally?
Dude, his full story, like his high school coach and stuff, is nuts.
I heard the high school coach clip. I listened to him on Toe in the Slab, and that was awesome, but I haven't listened to the Rose rotation one yet.
It's sometimes we laugh at guys that are that full of belief and stuff, but man, go Toe in the Slab and Chris Rose rotation. His relationship with his high school coach is unreal. I won't even spoil it. I won't even spoil it.
What are your thoughts on Millie Alcock?
Excuse me?
Just as to end the episode for those interested.
It's midnight, so we can say that. I mean, as long as it's in the bedroom, I'll try anything once.
She's 22. Do you think that's too young for you?
Probably, yeah. Unless there was a special connection, but me and Jess have a really good thing going. So
she's Australian.
Okay.
You review House of the Dragons and then won the show?
Here's what I'll say. Only Murders in the Building followed it up. Great second season.
They did? You liked it?
Loved it.
I got to watch that.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Should I watch House of the Dragon as I fall asleep, or should I watch Chad and JT go deep?
I mean, going to sleep, Chad and JT.
Might get me too laughy, though. Too silly.
Sound like your baby. Ba, ba, ba,
I got
ba,
3
ba.
Ba ba ba.
Ba, ba, ba.
I got 3 dogs and Katie in my bed.
We shouldn't call Joe's to end the show.
Call Joe's and just ba ba bomb. Remember when I treated Joe's?
Be listening, dude. So I got to do this quick.
He was in the chat earlier.
Shit.
Maybe a thing you can't do, but I on the plane. Remember when I was like, "This is what my son does to me," and I did to Joe's and just ripped his glasses off his face.
That's really
Joe's
good.
was like, "What?
Wait, what?"
Hey Jake, what's going on, man?
Ba 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 ba. We both hung up on each other.
He hung up on you too?
We both. I think he was trying to hang up.
But he didn't bye you.
But I can tell him it was Baby James. I'll text him.
Yeah.
Baby James took your phone.
All right, that's the episode. See ya later. Yanks are the best. We have a midweek episode coming out Thursday now, right? Just like sharp stats and the other stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. Jake's belly's out. Go Yanks. Tell him, Grams.
Go Yankees.
Let's go Yankees! Let's go Yankees! Let's go Yankees!
You like Rose Byrne?